Angel Reese is a wonderful player. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
When Angel Reese steps onto the court, she quickly gets ejected, while Caitlin Clark enters and proceeds to shatter records. This striking contrast between the two players may seem like the beginning of a joke, but it's actually a poignant reflection of the current state of women's basketball. And what unfolds next is far from a light-hearted matter. Before we get started, I kindly ask that you take a moment to like this video and click the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll receive all the latest updates about WNBA and Caitlin Clark directly to your feed. Additionally, make sure to press the bell icon so that you'll be notified as soon as new content is posted. Thank you for your support.
Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have emerged as two of the most prominent figures in women's basketball. Their youth, exceptional talent, and potential to shape the future of the sport have drawn widespread attention. However, what sets their journeys apart is the captivating unpredictability that characterizes their careers.
Caitlin Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA. She's now going to try to set the all-time record, but 12 games to go. Now, this is happening exactly how I scripted it. I think that was lost on a lot of people.
It's fascinating to witness the diverging paths of these two stars. One moment, they were both enjoying immense success and adoration, but now their situations appear to have taken unexpected turns. It raises the question, what factors have propelled these two individuals towards such disparate outcomes? Stay tuned to uncover the intriguing reasons behind their contrasting trajectories.
Angel Reese's biggest problem is the Caitlin Clark comparison.
My advice to Caitlin, kind of keep your mouth shut, because everybody is looking for you to say anything and they're going to splice it and cut it and make it a negative thing.
Caitlin Clark is not just another basketball player. She is revolutionizing the game. Her recent performances have been nothing short of spectacular. In each game, she doesn't just defeat her opponents, she dominates them completely.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane. That should be celebrated, and it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up.
In a standout performance against the Seattle Storm, Clark didn't just make an appearance, she delivered an exceptional performance. She put up a remarkable 29 points, dished out 7 assists, and grabbed 6 rebounds. What's even more impressive is that this wasn't even her best game. In a game, she put on an absolute show, scoring 33 points, distributing 10 assists, and making 3 steals. These statistics aren't just good, they're out of this world, resembling something you typically see in a video game rather than a live basketball game.
Despite the attendance and viewership records, there seems to be some haterade in the league in regards to Clark starting with WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes herself. She recently spoke on her podcast, Queens of the Court, and didn't mention the rookie when speaking of Indiana's rise in the standings.
However, it's important to note that her exceptional performance isn't solely about the numbers. It's the way she achieves them that's truly remarkable. Clark possesses an innate talent for understanding the intricacies of the game, always anticipating the next move with unparalleled precision. It's as if she has access to basketball's hidden strategies, enabling her to stay ahead at all times. Observing her on the court is akin to witnessing a chess grandmaster in action, while everyone else is merely playing checkers. Her strategic prowess sets her apart in a truly captivating manner. Now let's see what the salty cracker Swoopes had to say.
Here's what Sheryl Swoopes had to say. Look at this quote here. I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana. I'm going to shout out to Lexi Hull. I'm a big Lexi Hull fan. Lexi Hull shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell is just stroking. She's just shooting the basketball. Aaliyah Boston, almost a triple-double. If Indiana continues to play the way they're playing like this, they too are going to move up in the standings, end quote.
I mean, it's disappointing how she seems to have a negative attitude and is avoiding acknowledging the impressive performance of the only woman player who is significantly boosting viewership for the WNBA. Stephen A. Smith definitely took issue with her behavior.
So no, Caitlin Clark. Sheryl Swoopes. No, Caitlin Clark. Respectfully, Sheryl Swoopes, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark, because that gives fodder to those who believe she's being hated on and ostracized to some degree? Do you realize that, Sheryl Swoopes, you're insane to do that? Let me tell you why you're insane to do that. Because Sheryl Swoopes, you're one of the greatest players ever in the history of basketball. That's why. See, you won a championship in college at Texas Tech. You won 3 Olympic gold medals. You won 4 WNBA championships. You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it.
The animosity towards her from WNBA players runs deep, primarily because she is held in high regard by the league. Clark's playing style seems custom-made for the WNBA. She possesses speed, intelligence, and a fierce competitive edge that captivates viewers whenever she steps on the court. It's no surprise that she's being hailed as a phenomenon, because that's precisely what she embodies.
Because to know basketball like Sheryl Swoopes does, to be as accomplished as she is, to be the Hall of Famer that she is, all accolades that are well-deserved.
It's clear that she's feeling envious because she's no longer in the spotlight and hasn't received the same level of attention that Caitlin Clark is getting. The amount of viewers tuning in to watch Clark play is truly staggering and has set new records for viewership. Even those who have never had an interest in women's basketball before are now captivated by her performances, causing a surge in viewership numbers. Clark's impact extends beyond the casual basketball fans to even the most dedicated enthusiasts. She is challenging and changing minds across the board, making people recognize that women's basketball isn't just good, it's exceptional. A prime example of this shift is seen in the acknowledgement and admiration from Shannon Sharp.
Y'all see the woman speed up. Y'all see her, Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad cause that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook.
It's been remarkable to witness the impact Caitlin Clark has made on the world of sports. Her influence extends well beyond her exceptional performance on the court. She's redefining the game and captivating audiences in new ways. Not only is she attracting a wave of fresh supporters, but she's also serving as an inspiration for aspiring young athletes. Moreover, her standard of excellence has set a new benchmark for the sport. What's particularly fascinating is the way in which her influence transcends the basketball court, sparking widespread discussions about women's basketball. This surge in attention can be seen across various media platforms, sparking conversations and raising the profile of the sport, with Caitlin Clark positioned at its nucleus.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
It's truly remarkable to consider how she manages to cope with such intense pressure. Every move she makes is scrutinized and analyzed by the spotlight. Yet, it seems that Clark not only manages to handle the pressure, but actually thrives on it. It's almost as if the grandeur of the stage itself brings out the best in her performance. What sets her apart is not just her exceptional skills, which are undeniably outstanding, but also her incredible mindset and mental strength. In a shocking turn of events, Angel Reese, who was previously riding high, faced a major setback in her recent game against the New York Liberty. Despite taking to the court with the intention of making a significant impact, she found herself being ejected from the game, leaving both fans and spectators astounded by the unexpected turn of events. It was a surprising twist in an otherwise anticipated game. Upon reflection, one might consider the possibility that Reese's performance was simply the result of a bad day. However, this issue extends beyond just one game. In fact, Reese has been experiencing significant challenges on the court. Over the course of her last 5 games, her shooting percentage has plummeted to a mere 29%. This figure is not an error. It truly stands at 29%. This level of performance is quite unexpected for a player of her caliber and is akin to a seasoned chef consistently burning toast. Furthermore, it seems unreasonable to draw comparisons between Reese and Caitlin Clark, given the current circumstances.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is.
Reese is really struggling, and it seems like her difficulties stem from her shooting mechanics. Her shooting form is quite unconventional, as she tends to shoot from her shoulder rather than from eye level. It's a bit like trying to hit a dartboard with your eyes closed. You might get lucky occasionally, but consistently hitting the bullseye would be quite the challenge. Not only is her shooting form off, but Reese is also facing rejection from all directions. Have you not heard about Coach Sheryl Swoopes? She's known for her ability to spot talent, but when she evaluated Reese, she simply shrugged and passed. Surprisingly, instead of picking Reese, she drafted Alisa Peely. However, Alisa has been spending most of her time on the bench, averaging only 6.4 minutes per game. It must have been disappointing for Reese to see Coach Reeves' decision play out like this. Reese attempted to persuade Gabby Williams, the distinguished French Olympic athlete, to join her in Chicago. However, Williams declined the offer with a polite, "Thanks, but no thanks." It's almost like extending an invitation to someone for your birthday celebration and having them decline and choose to stay at home to watch the paint dry instead. At this point, you might be wondering if this marks the end of Angel Reese's aspirations. But hold your horses, because there's another unexpected turn in this story.
Angel Reese is actually paying the cost at this moment from attaching her brand to Caitlin Clark's brand. Her biggest problem is the Caitlin Clark comparison. She's being destroyed by chasing the Rookie of the Year thing, which she has no chance, so she wants to be a dynamic offensive player, and she's just not right now. But comparing herself and attaching herself to Caitlin Clark is actually destroying Angel Reese.
In a recent matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, Reese displayed a remarkable resilience that caught everyone's attention. Instead of relying on her usual layups, she adjusted her strategy and focused on mid-range shots, which proved to be a game-changer. She effortlessly scored 19 out of 20 points, showcasing her versatility on the court. This not only emphasizes her basketball skills, but also demonstrates her capacity to adapt to different game situations. The question that lingers is whether Reese's remarkable performance is a sign of a sustained comeback or simply a temporary solution to an underlying challenge. Shifting the focus to a larger perspective, the developments surrounding Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese go beyond their individual performances. They reflect a shift in the entire landscape of women's basketball, which is evolving rapidly. Did you know that a remarkable 81% of WNBA fans are influenced by sponsorships? This statistic highlights the significant impact that sponsorships have on the league and its players. As the WNBA continues to grow, there are increasing opportunities for athletes like Clark and Reese to secure bigger contracts, gain more endorsements, and ultimately establish themselves as household names. However, amidst this exciting development, a new player has entered the scene, the Unrivaled League. This emerging league has been generating quite a buzz with its ambitious promises and forward-thinking approach. Despite the attention it's receiving, many believe that Clark should remain committed to the WNBA due to its established status, rich history, dedicated fan base, and robust infrastructure. It's an intriguing dilemma worth considering. Clark has quickly become a dominant force in the WNBA, achieving record-breaking performances and capturing the attention of fans as she revolutionizes the game. Considering her remarkable success, one may wonder what would compel her to depart from such a thriving environment for something entirely new and unproven. Perhaps her decision extends beyond financial gain or fame. It could be rooted in the desire to leave a lasting impact. The WNBA has been home to some of the most iconic figures in women's basketball, including legends like Lisa Leslie and Sue Bird. Clark now has the opportunity to etch her name alongside these celebrated players, solidifying her place in basketball history. Let's delve into the implications of this for the women's basketball community as a whole. Clark and Reese serve as powerful symbols in the sport. They embody the potential and hurdles within women's basketball. Firstly, let's consider Clark. Her presence demonstrates the incredible possibilities when talent aligns with opportunities. She's effectively showcasing that women's basketball can be just as riveting, skilled, and commercially viable as men's basketball. Essentially, she's setting new standards for everyone. On the other hand, we have Reese. Her challenges serve as a reminder that success isn't guaranteed, even for the most gifted players. However, beyond that, she's exemplifying the significance of resilience. She's confronting setbacks directly and adapting in remarkable ways. The collective narrative they embody transcends mere victories and defeats. It encapsulates a profound saga of female empowerment, resilience in the face of adversity, and the progressive trajectory of the sport. The WNBA stands out for its high percentage of social media users among its fan base, surpassing other major sports leagues. This strong social media presence gives WNBA players a direct and influential connection to their audience. Beyond being athletes, they are influential figures with the ability to shape perspectives, motivate aspiring athletes, and drive the growth of the sport in unprecedented ways. The future of women's basketball is filled with both promise and challenges. The sport has experienced unprecedented growth, with a surge in viewership, increased sponsorships, and a growing number of young girls aspiring to follow in the footsteps of players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. However, this growth has also brought new challenges. Young players face immense pressure, not only to excel on the court, but also to serve as role models and marketable figures. The expectations placed on them are high, and the demand for perfection adds to the complexities they already face. The future of the WNBA is a topic of significant interest. Many are curious to see if the league will continue to grow and evolve, and whether new leagues like Unrivaled will have a significant impact. Additionally, there is a focus on how players such as Clark and Reese will influence and shape the future of the sport. This brings us to a fundamental takeaway. In basketball, as in life, success is not solely determined by one's position, but rather by how one handles both triumphs and challenges. Caitlin Clark's remarkable performance and record-breaking achievements contrast with Angel Reese's ability to confront setbacks with resilience, both serving as powerful examples for all of us. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure to check out the next video to discover the latest updates and content.